Hi again, welcome to the garage. I'm Pierre. My friend Philippe and I from Phil's Projects, we just went, seagulling a little bit. Seagulling means, get good deals and being the first to pounce on them. So we got the East Coast and Chuck got the West Coast, so we don't fight. We found some die grinders like these ones here, the Walter 6141D. We got a couple of those. I even got another one a little further down there. That was good working condition, nothing to do to it. This one was having a little problem with the variable speed because this is a variable speed. And this one had a good variable speed on this one, but a few other flaws on it. So we kind of got it. This one we got for free, and just to repurpose this one. So what we're going to do, I'm going to dismantle this one from A to Z, down to the parts, and reassemble it. Because I don't know if you're like me, sometimes when I want to do something, project or just disassemble or how to do something, I just go in the tube, and if I find something, it's sometimes a big help on how it's been done, and so it will save you some fooling around and just like things that how is it done, how do before you break or you struggle with it. Helps a lot. So I'm going to do this one because I haven't seen anyone doing it. So if it interests you, be my guest, and we'll go from dismantling to reassembling. It's not going to work. I'm not going to put it back on power when it's done because there's a few flaws on this one that I don't want to be getting parts in the face. But it will show you exactly how it's done though. The tool has seen better days. It's not a brand new tool. It's the 6141D, 120 volts, 6.2 amps. It's made in Germany. It's a relatively good tool, pretty tough. Unless you abuse it really bad, then you might have to pay for it. But it's variable speed from 7 thousandths to 27 thousandths. This is achieved with this little wheel there, which is graduated from 1 to 6, and this will give you your full range of speed as written down on the nameplate or the indicator plate. One nice feature about this tool is the fact that you can just use one hand and one key to insert the tools in there. So you go to the end there, just line up the ring there with the key inside the collet. Make sure the collet's on tight. Get your let's say this is a flap wheel. Make this tight. When you release this, it turns. If you want to undo the change tool or change the whatever is in the end, get there, lock it again, untight the collet. This will a little bit more. This will come out and release the ring there. So nice feature about this. One thing I like is the cord, some kind of a supple rubber, not the plasticky cheap stuff that when it goes, like, it just keeps its shape. This one you just stretch it and it doesn't come back like a coiled, like some very cheap tools where it's plasticky and whatever you get, and it just like goes back and stays tangled up. This one will stretch and will not really be too much of a bother. Let's get on with the dismantling now. First thing we have to do, we got three screws here. They require some Torx 20 size bits. There you go. Whoops, this is the lazy way of undoing stuff. And while we're at it, I got the tool in my hands. This is the same size, Torx too. Let's put those in the little basket there. This won't come apart without a little effort, so that's all right. This is undone. We don't need the tool for this moment. The screws are coming out in the little bucket, so they don't get all over. Here, if you got a sticker, just beware because it's not going to come out easy if you don't cut the sticker. So warranty is off at that moment. And this unit with the big X's on there is a bit cannibalized, and I got some good parts for repairing other tools. So the shell is coming out, one half. You just push them straight. The other half is coming out too. And now let's get closer to see about the other parts in there. Okay, one thing we want to do is to release the arbor. So we'll just get the brushes out of the way. There's a little bronze, some kind of a silicone bronze or something, spring type there. Just get it with a pair of pliers, take it out. You can then pull the brush pretty easily after this. Same thing on the other side. You got that little spring. Just put it aside there. Get the brushes, the brush up, and they're not too worn, so that would be still a good brush. Now the speed control, it is not held by any clips or screws or whatever. It's just deposited there, and the shells will keep it in place. So there are a few steps to get it out. You got the brown wire there. You just kind of pull on this. The brown wire comes out. The other side to go to the outer armature is the black wire. This comes out. You get the switch up a little bit. It will help you. And okay, let's get this so you can see. Pull out the tab there. From the you go gently. You don't want to break the tab. And the white one, I mean, it goes on this tab there, but the this thing has been taken out. So it's same principle on this side there, but just like broken up. So, and this control is defective anyway. To remove the switch, pretty easy. Torx 15, unscrew. The other one too. Oops, my hands are not exactly following my moves all the time. So second one, they're already like when you get the supplied by the company, they get little sleeves on the ends there, so they much easier to stay in place. And there you go. The extension cord is out. Okay, one problem that's prone to certain extension cords, most of the older ones, just at the end of the relief, here you might get some, the wires just get cut off, or just by being pulled in and out, and just all directions. The copper wires just get broken up, and they get discontinued. So sometimes, if you want to recuperate the cord, or you don't want to get another one, or you just you're stuck, you might just want to pull the relief here. You will have to cut a little bit above the defective part and restart just to make new contacts. You can put some weld in there or something. If you're not, you can just twist the wires pretty good, and it will shorten the extension, but you will start with the a newer part in the wire, and that may save the day for if you're in the field or in the somewhere. Push it on there, pushes the switch on. If you release, gets the switch off. So this is how it works. Now the front part here now, you got to fiddle around a little bit to pry it out. Sometimes you may use a little bit of a persuasion. Not if it's really hard, then you you just revise your. But so far I haven't found any of those very hard to pull out. So this is coming out. The armature comes out with the nose end. You got this little guard there, which is a protective part for the armature, so the scrap and all the material don't go right in there. And it's a hood for the ventilator there. So this just comes out too. It's stuck into those two pins, as you see there. Easy to remove. And the main problem with this armature, let me get you a close up, is it's kind of a pretty mush and burnt, and it's the other armature there has got problems that you can't really use it as it is now. This is one side, this is the other side there. Okay, that won't impair our demonstration though. Let's put this aside for now. Now we're stuck with this, and we want to let's say we have bearings in there, and we'll in the same step see how it's done there. So this part here, we will just hold the armature and unscrew the collet. This is one we'll call it, the ring that keeps it there. We got a circlip here. This has to come out. Keep your fingers around because you might have to look into a whole shop before you find it. If you got shiploads of stock of those, that's not too bad, but if you only got one, you don't want to run after it all the time. So hold it because you got a spring underneath. We're coming there. This part here, this is the stop and ring. Also keeps the mechanism protected for bumps or whatever. So you got two lips there that goes into those two grooves, keeps it from turning around. One down. Okay, the spring comes up. This keyed ring that will keep the spring in its groove there and go along. And this is used as the locking mechanism. If I go there, it's not going to go down. By turning the armature and lining up this flat part here, I'll show you there. So you got that flat part there. If I line it up, it will get down there and lock the whole tool, so it'll be allowing me to change the tools at the end. This comes out, spring. Sorry. After this, we got this ring there that has to come out to free the bearings in there and everything. So the first time you get this out, you got to know that it's been locked with Loctite, the blue type. It's not a permanent Loctite, it's a semi-permanent Loctite. It just like will keep this from undoing itself. So the first time you might need a little bit of more elbow grease. Okay, you line this up. You can get the tool in the vise between planks of wood or plastics or whatever to protect the casing. This one I'm not going to be worrying too much. It's already been done, so I can undo it by hand this time. Okay, there we go. This is coming out, and this is where the first time you need you still need the key to help you taking it out. Okay, you see still some remaining a little bit some blue Loctite in there. It's not. I scraped it a little bit to allow me to work easier with this. It's like I told you, this tool is not going back in service. Okay, now it's not very hard. You're going to have to pull this out. It just needs a little bit of convincing, but no dramatic convincing. Just, okay. There you go. It just has some leverage a little bit to take it out. So this is the main assembly for the grinding part. It's not connected directly to the shaft there and the armature portion. There's a special coupling there. I'll just let me show you this as the stuff will come out. There you go. This is a little, it's a little bit like the Lovejoy's couplings. This is not supple. It is hard plastic, but they will help alleviate vibration and get the tool insulated from the grinding section from the driving section. This is coming out. It's not too hard to bring out. Just use some aluminum or wooden or just like a brass drift, because you don't want to knock steel with this. There you go. It doesn't, it can't be very hard. If it's too hard, I mean, you got a problem. But it comes out pretty easy. Oops. This is the this part there is made in two parts, but you don't undo this neck from the this tube from the neck there. Okay. Here we got. Let's demonstrate how it works. This little coupling device here, which is, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, you see pretty good. It goes on this, and it couples with the grinder part there, just as in the opposite direction. Oops. Okay, that's where it goes. This coupling will insulate you driving part from the grinding part. Also, if there's a little bit of movement, you will transmit the force and the not as much vibration as it would if they would be directly coupled to the motor. And also, little distance, discrepancies there. Also will be used as a safety device. If this part here really jams hard, you'll end up breaking the coupling there. It's better to have just that little plastic part to change than the whole assembly or the casing or something that might blow up. So this is how it goes in there. All that material there, just reassemble. It's right all inside that tube right there. These two things there, those two part of the coupling, they undo. So let's get this undone. You just go counterclockwise, normal rotation. This gets undone. First part of the coupling. You got a little bush in there that holds the bearing there, and we're about to the bare. Just besides the bearing, you're about to the minimal expression of this part there. Okay, same thing on this side there. It gets undone. I haven't tightened it up as much as it should. It should be a little bit tighter than this, but not overly tight. So this little half the coupling, the other half is coming out too. I won't pull out the bearings because they're good, and sometimes I don't have access to the center hub there. And if I pull sometimes the outside, I might just break the bearings. I don't want to take a chance. If I need those bearings later on, they're still good, and I'm not going to break them out. But this one, you would pull it out just by sitting it somewhere and pushing on it. But you would put the force on the outer race and run the risk of breaking the balls inside. This one here will not too hard to undo. The same thing. Whoops, it's got a circlip. Pliers, taking out the clip, and the bearing would pull out the same thing there too. So like I said, these bearings are good, and I'm not going to ruin them by trying to force them. There you go, back in place, the clip. Oops. It's back, solid. Reassembly, not very complicated. The coupling part there, back there. Tie it to specifications. We take the other part, the armature, put its bushing back there. Put the other half of the coupling. This will push on the bushing. That will push on the inner race of the bearing to keep it snug with the surface there. This is ready to be installed in there. This has to be pushed very lightly. If you push too hard, you break your bearings. You just spot it and you ruin the bearings. So there we go. As lightly as possible. Use the least force possible to put it back in there. This bearing isn't in the greatest shape, so let's keep it like that. Okay, this here goes back there. You will just get this back right into the shaft there. The coupling will find its way down, hopefully. Oh, it's not in the right place, sorry. You try to line it up. Okay, this is lined up. See the upper portion there goes right down to its seats in its place. Okay, once everything is down there, you go back with the screw ring there. You'll be well advised to maybe have a few drops of some semi-permanent thread locker, like the blue lock type, to be like more universally talking about it. You just put this back in there. Get it well seated. This is good. This seems good. You get the spring back in there. Okay, you need to get this ring first after the spring. The spring will sit in that groove there. Line it up with the shape that's there. After this, you need to get this locking and protecting ring. Put the tongues into the grooves. There we go. It's in the right place. It's got to go past. Let me just get this completely down. That'll give me room to put the okay, we put this all down. Now we need to install the locking ring circlip. There you go. This is yeah, this is well in. Just nice little check. Like you turn, let me see, let me show you good. You turn the armature to make this thing line up. This is lined up, and this is reassembled. Let's get this part reassembled. Those two seats there, we'll get the pins right in there. You know it's in. It fits just perfectly. No struggle. Then you can get this back in there. Okay, you line up. This one direction fits. The other direction doesn't fit. So easy enough. You got to make sure that the bearing will go and take its place in the tail there. Just very lightly tapping. That's in place. I'll put just 1 or 2 screws so it holds. Doesn't get undone. What you don't go make the screwed cross thread, because this is some pretty tough plastic, but oops. This is very tough plastic, but you know, you don't want to get yourself in a bad situation. Now, let's throw the switch back in there. Release the on-off switch. Push this slowly back in there. You need to make room for the button to go. It's in. We can put back the brushes now. There's one. Get the spring from the side. Put it back on the brush itself. There's a little groove in the brush, and just make sure that the spring sits well in that little groove. Same thing for the other side. Okay, this is there. Spring back on the brush in the little groove. Make sure it sits right. This is perfect. Now the AC cord. Okay, let's put it back exactly the way it was meant at first. We get the wire squished in there. I know you don't see too much. Okay, this is sitting pretty good. You get the screw, the appropriate screw. These are the same screws as the other part in the front. There you go. This is going there. This is going there. Torx 15. Let's make this tight. Same thing on the other side. Don't get overly tight, but just snug. There you go. And you need to leave clearance for the studs in there. You'll have to watch that later on. Okay, now switch. Okay, these this is it's like it's not screwed; it's just sitting on there, and it's held by the clamshells. I'll show you some. There's two. I'll show you just close to the camera. Okay, you see the pin coming out right there, but at the foot of the pin, there's a space. There's some kind of a, contactor that it's where the it's where it goes. The this little pin goes not on the pin there, but at the foot of the contactor into that little hole there. So I won't be able to show you while I'm installing it, but this is where it goes. Just be aware of that. Try to get yourself a good pair of pliers. I'm not doing it on the little pin there. I'm looking for the okay, this is in there. This is good. The black one, same thing on the other side. There's a special little space that goes right in. Okay, now you just push the switch a little bit out there. That was going to help you with the installing the contact. The black one, first there on the side of the switch, put it far enough. There you go. So the switch goes down completely, because it will get on this wall there. It's not appropriate. The white one is broken up. This controller, this speed controller, is not good anymore. So who cares? Okay. How it works, make sure the contact, the contact on-off switch, the external one, will actuate the switch there. You see that you hear the click at the same time. It does a good positive action, and this is working good. So let's close this back. We make sure the wires go around the post so they don't get squished by the clamshells, parts, or anything like that. So this is one going there. This is the top one. Let's install the clamshells. We get the bottom one, which is easy to deduct by the shapes of it. Now we have to make sure that when we get this in there, it doesn't hit the AC wires. We got to make sure that they're leaving the free passage for the for these stubs there. Studs, sorry. Okay, this is going there, and the speed controller sits there, and it will be held by the clamshells. Okay, just got to make sure that fits in there good. Now the shell, not too bad, except for wet now. Goes good. Make sure that the halves close up good. This seems to be the case here. And the screws are going in. Make sure you make no cross threads. If you feel any effort into trying to put this in, you know that the threads aren't in the right position. So there you go, the two next ones. There they are. And we'll be installing those two in the front. Second one. Haha, this drill's got lots of torque. Okay, and final, just put the collet back. In the ideal world, this would be fixed. And since I showed you the problems on this one, I'm not connecting it. It's going to be problematic. This one is a little brother of this one. I took some parts from this one to make this one functional, like the just the speed adjustment here, and Let's give it a try. Works perfectly.